Brothers in Christ, we have gathered here today to welcome a new novice into our midst. Dear brother, forget your former life and embrace your new vocation in the community of the monks of St. Benedict. Opus Dei, obedientia, obprobria, the service of God, obedience, and endurance of all discomfort. These are the cornerstones and succor of our order, which on this day shall become your own. Suscipe me, Domine, secundum eloquium tuum et vivam, et non confundas me ab expectatione mea.
Suscipe me, Domine, secundum in loquium tuum vivam, et non confundas me ab expectatione mea.
Accept your new name, Brother Gregor, and wear it with honor. Welcome, brother.
Welcome, brother. I am Antonius, a novice like you. I've been instructed to guide you around the monastery and tell you what you can expect and what your duties will be.
Thanks for helping me out during the ceremony. I had no idea what I was supposed to do.
You don't know Latin, do you? Don't worry. Work in the scriptorium will teach you fast enough. Why exactly are you here? Was it your choice? Or did someone force you to come?
I'm being punished. If it were up to me, I'd still be spending my days in...
I don't envy you. Unfortunately, you're here...
Would you tell me something?
I'm a novice and I'm here because I'd make a poor merchant. I like books and I want an education.
Let's go then.
Good. But before we do, here's a letter directly from the prior telling you all your regular duties from tomorrow onwards. Make sure to read it this evening so you know how things work. Right, we can go now. Follow me closely. I'll explain everything as we go. Remember one word: discipline. It's your job to work and pray. You serve the Lord now, not your own bodily needs. Salve, be well. This is the way to the dormitory, where we all sleep. You'll find a free bed there, which is now yours. Do you know the first thing the monastery taught me? To appreciate sleep. We rise before dawn every day. Takes a bit of getting used to. This is the garden, a place for silent contemplation and meditation. Centuries ago, this monastery was founded by the most esteemed of brothers, Saint Procopius. His earthly remains can be found in a cave under the monastery, and his spirit wanders the corridors at night, punishing any misbehaving novices. So beware. Here are the frattery and scriptorium, together with the library. These are the places where we work.
Ora et labora. Pray and work.
As a novice, you must always listen to your superior brethren, and above us monks are the prior and the circators, who punish every infraction. You'll know them by the canes they carry. Do what they say. This is the refectory, where we come together to eat. During meals, you must be silent. Only one brother reads aloud from the Rule of Saint Benedict.
The rule is the only law we recognize, with the exception of those from God himself. If you break any of its precepts, expect a swift punishment. But I've already told you about the circuitous. The library, the pride of our monastery, a trove of learning. We don't just read books here, we also copy them. You too will learn how. And that's all. Today you are still free from duty, but tomorrow you begin work like the others. If you need anything, ask any of the brothers. We will be glad to help you. And I recommend you get to know the other novices. You already know me. Then there is Siskin, Yodok, and Lucas.
Thanks for showing me around.
Will you tell me something about yourself?
There's not much to tell. I lived in Vlashim, and after my father died, I found out I wasn't much of a merchant. So I left the shop to my brother and decided to become a monk. It's peaceful here. There's food and lots of time to read.
So you chose to come here?
It may seem strange, but I'm one of the few novices that did. I might be the only one. The truth is, the idea of spending my life in a monastery was more appealing than being cooped up in a greasy old shop.
I'd like to ask you something about the monastery. Are there any rifts?
Yes. From the moment talk began about electing a new abbot, it's been like a hornet's nest here. Strange you have...
Tell me something about...
Abbot Peter is old. When he dies, they'll have to select a new abbot from amongst the brethren. The candidates are John and Nevlas. And if you ask me for my opinion, Nevlas is definitely the right man. Unfortunately, no...
What are the roles of...
Someone takes care of the library, someone else the garden. The abbot supervises everyone, and in his absence, the prior. But it's the circators you should worry about. They're the brothers who'll make sure we observe the rule. They can be quite strict, so if you want to avoid getting punished, always act righteously and do your...
Well, that's all. Thank you for your time, brother.
Praise be to Christ, brother.
I'm Gregor.
I know, but I've no time for idle chat.
What, you do nothing else?
It is my penance and my blessing.
The forbidden books must be in that cabinet.
Books stood in there aren't for your eyes to see. Inside.
written by the devil himself. Forget about them. Oh, you're interested in what's inside? Forbidden. Cease this disgraceful behavior.
You're right. It stunk like a wine barrel in there, and it's not the first time.
It's a mystery, but one that'll be soon solved. It's a wonder the prior doesn't check everyone's breath in the morning. Then he'd soon get his man.
What would you like? I'd like to ask you something. I'm interested in the...
It was founded by Saint Procopius 500 years ago. After his death, heretics occupied the place for some time. But then the order was restored, and brothers of the true faith returned.
Heretics, you say?
They wanted to worship God with some foreign rituals, in a language foreign to God. They were driven away, and their books burned.
What can you tell me about the novices here?
What can I say? You're here to demonstrate your devotion to God and to live a monastic life. After a year, you can make your vows and become a fully fledged brother.
I meant something specific about the brothers that are here.
But you know them yourself. Yodok is an odd one, but he's diligent and eager. Perhaps too eager. Siskin is good company, but a bit too worldly for a monk. Antonius is hard-working and will help with anything, but prays less than he ought. Lucas is as quiet as a mouse, and no one knows much about him. And then we have you, about who I know nothing.
Can you leave?
Where would you go? You have everything you need here. Anyway, all the doors here are closed and locked tight, so no one can get in or out.
I found this piece of parchment. It looks like it's been ripped out of...
Who'd tear up a book like that? Brother Librarian might know.
Listen, brother, is there...
Supposing, of course, just hypothetically, you wanted to get something like that, I'd turn to Brother Solarius.
Greetings, brother.
Greetings to you, brother. I'm Yodok, the oldest of the novices.
Trouble?
You're young, perhaps intemperate. You might easily stray from the rules of the Order. I suggest you get to know the older monks.
I'm interested in the other Do you know anything?
Only that he came to the monastery voluntarily, because he didn't want to work in his father's. He's always happy to help.
Listen, there's something I ought to tell you. There's a dangerous criminal.
Ha! I knew it! He's a... who are you? Oh, it's better not to ask.
Never mind that. Who?
That's Siskin. I always thought he was an odd one, the way he carries on. But now it makes perfect sense.
What are you talking about? You clearly know something I don't.
I'm telling you, keep your eye on him. He's no monk. That's what my gut tells. What are you going to do to that fellow once you find...
That's not your...
You should talk to the Circators or the Prior about it.
What is it, brother?
I'd like to ask you something about... Tell me something about life.
Prayer, work.
Can you tell me something about...
7 centuries ago, Saint Benedict of Nursia wrote a collection of monastic rules, which we still follow today. They're read at every... The fundamental precepts are obedience, work, and prayer. We're fully devoted to serving God. The outs...
Do you never want to know what's going on out...
And what should be going on? The sky is just as blue, and the grass is just as green. Perhaps the rulers change, but the greatest rule...
What can you...
What can I say? You're here to demonstrate your devotion to God.
I meant something specific about the brothers that are here.
But you know them yourself. Antonius is hardworking. Talk to me, brother.
I'd be interested to hear... What about Yodok?
Be on good terms with him. If you show even the slightest hint you don't like him, he's a slimy little pedant who'll rat you out to the superiors. Once he finishes his novitiate, I imagine he'll want to climb his way up the ladder to at least Circator. He's a man who enjoys...
That's all.
I'm no priest, but tell me what you've done. It's probably...
I'm here in the monastery looking for a thief. He had a hand in burning...
You don't say. And who are you to take such an...
Someone whose job it is to investigate the case, find the perpetrators and make sure...
Punishment? Do you intend to punish them here?
I don't know yet. I'm still... Perhaps you could help me find him?
The missing thief? If I knew anything, I'd tell you, but I suppose it must be one of the novices. I've only recently heard about the Neuhof incident, nor the other brethren.
I know. Aside from me, there are only 4 novices, but still, I don't know which one he could...
3? Please, leave me out of it. And you're right that it could be any one of them. No one knows anything about Lukas. Siskin might be a lot of things, but a monk isn't one of them. And Yodok is a slimy worm. Actually, the more I think about it, the less I like that Yodok. He's a treacherous rat who'd do anything to get in someone's good books. The thought of Yodok at Neuhof...
Maybe you're right. It's not a pretty thought.
Don't fret, my friend.
me sleep. Huh? No! Clear off! Let me sleep.
It looks like I found a little monastic treasure trove. I wonder who stashed that here.